Welcome to the Football Story podcast. And I'm here with Ravi. He's a football agent, he's a sporting director, and he's also a sport lawyer, and he's based in Spain. So, Ravi, what we're doing here, we're just trying to promote and educate grassroots football, talk about ways and things that need to be done to encourage the grassroots players. So I would like for you to introduce yourself to us, to let us know who you are in more detail about yourself.
Sure, Nick. Pleasure for being here in your podcast. Nice to
Thank
see
you.
you. My
Thank you.
name is Ravi. I'm a football agent based in Barcelona, Spain. We recruit players from all over the world to come to play in different Spanish clubs. From all the clubs, I also own one club on my own based in Gran Canaria, Canary Island, Spain. And well, the aim of the club is to promote and play one day professionally in La Liga, hopefully.
Yes.
And
Yes.
then besides that, I'm a sports lawyer where we negotiate contracts, deals for athletes. And so yeah, this is what we do. We've been doing this for the last 12 years, Nick, and
Yes.
hoping to discover the next Lionel Messi who could play
Definitely.
for my club ideally, and then transfer it later to another club.
Yes, thank you. I've known you a while now. I will talk about you're always going to Africa looking for talent all over the world, and your academy is doing great. I would like to ask you, what is the what are the biggest mistake young players do? Like if they want to get into the league, what do you see is the biggest mistake for young players?
Look, Nick, mostly of the young players, they always want to go the highest possible. So when they contact me, they are always looking for top clubs or top tiers teams to come and play or to test. And because of this, 99% of the time they fail. They do not succeed. They did not make it because the level is so high. I'm talking about Spain, okay? Other countries I don't
Yes,
know, but
yes,
the level is
yes, yes.
so high here. I mean, you could see all over the World Cup, Euro Cup, Nation League. Spain is dominating football for the last 20 years. You can see Real Madrid, Barcelona, Golden Boot, Champions League. Basically, it's Spain dominating for the last 20 years. So when a player wants to come here, he's always asking me for top club, professional club, and it's useless. They you see the ball is so fast that by the time he received the ball, it's gone. It's gone because his
Yes.
mind is not up to the Spanish
Standard.
way. It's up to to his own country, right? I'm not saying he's bad. I'm saying he's not fit to play for Spain top tier. So this is the biggest mistake. A player should start from low. A player should make a name of himself from the bottom and then grow year by year, or wait until a scout or sport director sees you and signs you for a better team. But you cannot start building the house from the top. When you
That's
start
right.
building your career, you start from the low. So this is the biggest mistake, and that's why 99% of the people fail when they come here because they think they can make it into the top and they cannot.
So I know you go to Africa a lot to look for players, and you go all over the world. You get players. I watch your team. So how do you You know, you see a lot of players. There's a lot of players that have got skill. How do you pick that one player that this guy can make it into professional? What do you see in a player? Is it the discipline? Is it the skill? Is it the mindset? Or is just this? It's just the attitude of the player? What do you pick to know that this player can make it to the big league?
Well, first, when I start scouting, as you know, we go to Africa very often. When I start scouting, first I try to focus on when the player is physically gifted. Okay, in
Yes.
Africa, you guys, some are lucky that you are big, you are fast, you are strong.
Yes.
And this Spanish football doesn't have this kind of profile. So when I go there, I try to look at a physically strong, big player. Once I see that profile, I see how he dominates both legs, right, left, and of course, header, crossing, and shooting and speed. Okay, so I analyze all these factors, and
Profiles.
I see if he's suitable to bring him to Spain. Once on the pitch, I see he's good. He's mentally fit to play in Spain, because some players are unfortunately are stupid, Nick.
Yes. Yes.
Unfortunately, they don't have brains. So there is no point investing in these players. So once I see this profile, I speak to him and I see how hungry he is, how intelligent he is, how smart, how polite he is. And then I say, okay, I'm bringing you to Spain, you know? But if that
Yes.
player has ego, or that player behaves bad, or this player is not a team player, he's very individual, very
Yes.
selfish, or you see him drinking or smoking, then you start, removing
Yes. Yes.
players. So it's very important, all the factors, on the pitch and outside the pitch,
Yes. So skill alone cannot make a player. You have to have the skill, the discipline as well. Both have to work as a
and mentally, you
and
need to be
yeah,
humble.
and
You need to be humble.
yes,
You need to make sacrifice. You need to leave everything behind. You need to work hard, be disciplined, and wait for your moment. Wait for your
yes,
moment to happen. Don't be desperate, or don't be many players, unfortunately, when they don't make it, they start contacting other clubs or other agents
yes,
behind your
agent,
back.
yes,
You
yes,
see, these
yes,
these
yes,
players
yes,
all will fail. They will all fail. You need to
yes.
stick with the plan. Stick with the plan. Believe in the process, and you will see how your career will grow.
Remove, yes. I think another thing with the footballers now and the young players, when they look at social media, they look at the TV, they don't know the story of this the Messi of today, Ronaldo, they don't know the story, they just see the glam. So if they meet an agent today, they want to sign them to the big club the next day. So if it doesn't happen, they start losing focus and going around different agents. Well, another thing I want to ask you, do you see the talent more in Africa? But when you look at the World Cup, the African team, they did a bit, I'm going out to the World Cup, the African team, they did okay. I will not say, but do you think the talent there, the investment in football is not there, especially like in Nigeria? You've been to Nigeria many times. So what do you say about that? That they not invest in the youth football?
In Nigeria, the powerhouse of football in Africa, the economy of Africa, that they are not in the World Cup is very surprising. Very, very
Yes,
surprising.
yes,
Uh, I don't know why. There must be some political factors, or I don't know why. But Ghana was there.
yes.
Ivory Coast was there. I would say Ivory Coast is the best country in Africa in football at the moment.
Okay,
With my respects with Morocco, okay, with respects
yeah.
to Morocco, Morocco.
Senegal as well is good.
I don't like Senegal personally. I don't like, but Morocco is like Europe. Okay, let's not say Morocco is Africa. Let's say Morocco is almost Europe already in
Yes,
terms of
yes.
football.
Football.
But if you go to the deep Africa, I would say Ivory Coast is the most advanced and developed football nation at the moment.
Evaluation. Yes.
Okay, because of the grassroots, the mindset, everything technically, tactically. I really liked when I went to Ivory Coast. I really enjoyed the football there. Nigeria is so big that you
Yes.
can see good players here, but then you go to another city and they are not that good. There are a lot of corruption, also political factors that doesn't make it easy to succeed. um, but Africa has a good thing, that again is physically they are very good, but
Yes.
mentally they need to
Can-
push 90 minutes. You know that, you see African teams
Yes.
perform well, Nick, but They were not
Mentally.
90 minutes concentrated.
Yes,
Concentrated
yes,
90 minutes. They were
yes, yes,
concentrated for 65 minutes.
yes.
The last half an hour, African teams, boom, come down
Hungry.
because maybe of the pressure or the mentality or the concentration that needs to be worked. Because physically they are gifted, football they are very good, but maybe mentally we need to prepare them better to affront
Yes.
a World Cup or maybe other kind of competitions.
When you look at the World Cup, Spain did very well. Do you think the World Cup live up to the expectation, or there was a bit of decision making that didn't go right in the World Cup? Do you think it was everything we expected, or the refereeing, the officiating, there were sometimes bias in the game?
Look, if you realize, Nick, the referees were from funny countries. Okay, every time you see a referee from Honduras, El Salvador, Mauritania, I mean, I mean, this World Cup was very global, but you could see all kind of referees. Okay, I wouldn't say it was affected by political decisions, except the red card of USA that Donald Trump
I
made to cancel. Very funny. I mean, it's very funny, but you can see how powerful is United States and how small is FIFA compared
yes,
to,
yes,
you know.
yes, yes,
At the end, it's business, and FIFA is a puppy. And FIFA wanted Argentina clearly to win this World
win,
Cup
yes,
by referees or by the draw, the group draw.
yes,
It was very funny, having Messi winning the World Cup or being in the final. It would be more business for FIFA, more
yes,
business for tickets or TV rights or selling jerseys and whatever nonsense it is. At the end, it's business, Nick. This industry is purely business at the
yes,
moment,
it's business.
and I'm a football agent, I understand, but the crowd should understand that this is business and it's not like it used to be before, a passion sports where, may the best win. There are a lot of factors, aspects that could decide a championship. This is my opinion. Also, I remember Morocco France, the game Morocco France. I
Yes.
was speaking with some Moroccan friends. All my Moroccan friends said that this game was how you say in English?
Rigged.
Uh,
They
sorry.
rigged the game. They rigged the game. Or
Yeah, it was pacto. I mean, it was not played. How come Morocco didn't play that game? Some
okay.
political factors and stuff. This is what my Moroccan friend says. But again, this is football, and you need to play with the game and with the business and with the emotions of the fans.
Yes, I think the World Cup it was good World Cup. Lot of goals. You know what I mean? There's a lot of goals and Cape Verde. They surprised the team. The surprise team of the tournament. I think officiating let the World Cup down a bit. Officiating and everything was going in favor of Argentina. And
Mm,
the best result for that World Cup was Spain winning. So at least football won in that aspect. You understand? Football win the
true,
whole
true,
thing.
true.
So
Argentina was terrible.
was
They won all the games in the last minute.
yes.
Okay, in the last minute. Without Messi, this team is shit.
Yeah.
Sorry, my word.
Sorry.
A lot of referees help. Group stage was for them in advance. I mean, Spain had to play Portugal, France.
France, yeah, big teams. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Again, Argentina didn't play any big team except England,
England, yes.
and again, you see how they played football in the final. Zero shots on goal,
So, yeah, I
and
was surprised. Zero shots.
more than 25 faults,
No booking.
aggressive
Yes.
faults. Is this what you want to show to the next generation? Is
Yes.
this
Not
what you
good.
want to
Not
show
good.
to the children, how football is played?
Not good.
I think Argentina, and then when Spain lifting the World Cup, They were not even looking or handshaking.
Yes, yes,
This is
yes,
terrible, Nick. This is terrible. Sorry to say, but it's about education, where you come from, and the whole world wanted Spain to win. And look, it happened. May football win. May good people win. May clean football win. And God made justice, Nick. God made
yes,
justice.
yes. Everybody was rooting for Spain. Even for me, when I was watching the World Cup, I was thinking Africa will go all the way. But when African team dropped, I supported France. Because if you watch the game, France has the best team. I'll tell you,
Of
they have
course,
the best team.
amazing, amazing, amazing.
They have the best team. I support England, but I was rooting for France because they got the best team. They play the best football in the World Cup. But Argentina
Definitely.
was just, even England, they were lucky to win against England. It was a lucky game because England, we were defending. Instead of going to attack, we just sat back and they come back to the game. But now, after watching the World Cup now, and you being in Spain, you own a club, you're looking for players. Now, if you are looking for players, young players, do you look for strikers, defenders, or do you go for goalkeeper? How do you?
I go for all, Nick. I just want good players. That's it.
Okay.
Never mind the position. I need players that can help my team promote and do business at the end of the day, right? Selling the players or potentially selling the club. But never mind the position. I mean, you can make money with a goalkeeper, you can make money with a striker. Of course,
Yes.
striker has more value. But again, in all my trips to Africa, I haven't found a single striker very good.
Okay.
It's crazy. You find center backs, center mid, striker. I just remember only one striker from Cameroon, which was amazing. But all my 20, 30 trips to Africa, I haven't seen any good
A
strikers.
striker. But if you look at African football, you say if you look at the era of like the JJ Okocha, like the Drogba, the Samuel Eto'o, do you think the African players coming now they can meet up to the standards of those guys?
Definitely, of course. But I mean, for example, let me say right now African striker, which is good. You can say Osimhen,
Yes, Osimhen, yes,
but Osimhen, I don't like personally, but he can score minimum 30 goals per season. You can guarantee he will score. But they are like number nine goals, like a number nine striker. It's not a striker like Mbappe that can play football,
yes,
create
yes,
occasion, run.
yes, yes,
Osimhen is like he's there, number nine, goal. Um, then you have strikers like Salah, Mo Salah, which I don't
yeah,
like.
Masala,
I
yes,
don't
yes,
like. I
yes,
don't like. But people love him. People adore him. I really don't like him. So it's another kind of striker that can play more football, help defensively. So you can see the Africans. I mean, Osimhen has been in the top for the last 5 years, for example, right? But looking at the era of Okocha or Didier Drogba or Samuel Eto'o, or even my favorite African striker of all time, George Weah, eh, you haven't seen, you cannot see. Of course, you had Sadio Mane from Senegal
yes, yes, Mane, yes,
doing very well. But the next generation, you don't know. You don't know how it will be. That's why I'm going to Africa constantly to find that gem to
yes.
bring him to Europe and hopefully play one day in La Liga or Premier League.
And but do you think the problem with African footballers now is that because when you look at the era of the George Weah, they played some not really big team, and they pay their dues by playing. If you look at the JJ coach, Samuel, they played some, I mean, not so big teams. So when they got the opportunity to play for bigger teams, they already got the experience. But the younger players now, immediately they start playing, they sign for big team, they get the hype, and they believe they're already there. So they don't put more effort in developing themselves. Do you think that's the problem that most of them they don't really meet up to their potential or they don't get to the highest
Correct.
level?
Correct. Look, from Africa to a big team directly is not that easy, Nick. I mean, there's a lot of scouting behind or some trials going on. Most of the players, when they come, they start through their feeder team or B team or C team, right? They get used to it, adjust, and then slowly they get promoted to the first team, right? I remember the case of this player from Villarreal, Nigerian. Then he went to Milan, and from Milan he went to I forgot the name. I'll remember and let you know. So he started on the C, Villarreal C, then on
Okay.
the B, and then on the A, right? It's very difficult to go from Africa directly to La Liga. I mean, I
Yes.
haven't seen any case. It's very,
No,
very
no, no.
impossible. But players think that they can do it, you know? So, uh, again, the best way is to start building the house from scratch, start going to Europe, first of all, any good country, developing country, good club where there is good people behind the project, and do one season there. Okay, and everybody will notice. If you did a good season, everybody will notice. You will get
Yes.
professional opportunities, but don't expect professional opportunities when you have not performed, or when you have not played, or when you are in the bench, or when you are in Africa. You need to be first here, so you need to find means, ways to come here, maybe a sponsor, maybe some help from relatives, or maybe joining some scouting events, because in Africa there are hundreds of scouting events happening daily, daily.
Okay.
Just go and join. You never know, you can be selected. You never know, you could be brought to Europe with a contract. So there is no excuse. You have plenty of opportunities in Africa to get noticed. If you're not noticed, it's because you are lazy, or you don't
Okay.
want, or you are in a corrupted atmosphere that you need to get out of it quickly, and find your way, because football doesn't forgive you. Football, you have to make it quick. Age,
Yes.
years go, and if you are 23, 24, and you are still in Africa, forget it, forget
Yes.
it. And so the sooner you can come, the better, right? And of course, once you are in Europe, it doesn't mean you are going to become professional. Once you are in Europe, you start working hard, and with luck, you
You
could get
get there.
noticed, you could get scouted, but it doesn't mean automatically you're going to play in La Liga, as there are thousands of Africans in UK, in Italy, in
Yep.
France,
Yep. Yep.
in
Yes.
Spain, in Portugal. How many of them are professional? Not even 1%.
Not. Yes. Yes. And I want to ask something. If you are scouting in Africa looking for players, do you have like an age limit? Like if it's 21 down, or do you go up to 24 to look for players if you're looking for players in Africa or anywhere you are scouting for players? Do you have like an age limit?
I do 22. So if I have to invest my money, Nick, I would say maximum 22.
Okay.
Why? Because if you are bringing them to my club or other clubs, if the player turns out to be professional one day, FIFA compensates all the teams that the player has been played for
Playing for. Okay.
during his first 23 years of football.
Okay.
So if he's playing for my club with 22, I would get training compensation from FIFA. But if he's 24 and he's playing for my club, I won't get anything.
Okay. I
So
understand.
so I try to invest players 22 and below.
Okay. Okay. I understand now. So, but another thing I want to ask. Now, if you're going to Africa to scout for players, is it easy to bring them to Europe, or does it take you a lot of the documentation, the visas? Because I'll tell you a story, which is very sad. I know a player in Africa that is he got an agent. I was talking to him. He's a good player, but he said the agent promised to take him to Europe. but the agent is based in Nigeria. But at the end of the day, nothing happened. They couldn't bring him, and the collapsed. And the guy is almost 21 now. So what do you think? Is it easy to bring a player down to Europe?
This is the sad and difficult part, Nick. It's impossible, not impossible, but very difficult
Difficult.
to get players from Africa to Spain. The visa is a very, very challenging thing. I also, every time I go to Nigeria, Ghana, uh, I do not get their visas. We send them. Unfortunately, their visas is denied. So it's difficult. You need to get good contact, good connection with the embassy. Okay. You need to build a good reputation with them so they grant you visa so you can go and come back. But it's something very, very sad that many dreams are not come true because of this.
And it's but if you get a trial from a club that is known, does it make it easier
No,
or is
no,
it
no, no, it
okay?
doesn't. We've sent letters from La Liga clubs and also it's been rejected, Nick.
But if you're going to get a player now from Europe, it's much easier to bring them on trial to
Of
Spain.
course, from Europe, yeah, because they don't need
But what
visa.
about South America? Is this same?
No, South America is easier because you don't need a visa to travel,
Okay,
but you can only be for 3 months in Spain.
okay,
But
okay.
South American don't care. They come here and they stay illegal. They do not care.
Okay, yeah,
Yeah. So it's easier to recruit from South America.
yeah.
But
Okay,
again, South America, many of them cannot afford the ticket, the traveling ticket. So
okay,
it could be challenging sometimes.
okay. Well, now after the World Cup, now you've been to Africa. You've been to a lot of African countries several times, and the talent. Do you think looking for talent, you can get more talent from African raw talent? But in Europe they go to academy from the young age. But do you think the raw talent is more in Africa or in Europe?
No, I mean, this is a good question. I think talent is all over the world, Nick. Any country, you can find talent. But in Africa, you get players who
Okay,
are hungry to succeed. In Spain, not really, because Spanish players, most of them are from middle range income. Uh,
okay,
so they have everything what it takes to be happy. But in Africa, many players struggle to get food or
they
to
say
pay their
survival to
house
survive.
to
Yes,
get their house bills paid or whatever. So you find hungry players, and this is what I'm looking for: players who are hungry to make it big in Spain, right? In Spain, there are a lot of talent. It's in every corner there is talent, but are they hungry? I don't know because they already have iPhone 17. They already have the best, latest Nike shoes. They already have a good school to go.
yes,
They already have the dinner and lunch prepared at home when they arrive. They already have a computer. They already have nice jerseys, Nike, Adidas. Okay. In Nigeria, for example, I have gone to places where the Nike shoes are painted with a pen. They
yeah,
put it with the
it's true.
pen like this.
That's right. That's right. It's true.
It's sad. It's sad. But
Sad, it's sad.
uh, so again, there is talent all over the world. You just need to find them, bring them here, and make sure they are good people, they are smart, they are intelligent, so you can work with them and try to do business with these players.
Yes, and because you've been to Africa, especially Nigeria and other countries a lot, do you have like a academy you work with there, or do you have people that sort players out for you that before you come to Africa, you already have players you want to look at, or do you have people you work in partnership? And if anyone sees your this podcast and they want to work with you, are you also open to work with different agencies and different academies in Nigeria and in Africa?
Yeah, we work with several football agents and academies in Africa where they continuously invite me to come for scouting,
Mountain, yes,
or they send me players. They say, Ravi, look this player. So we are open. My club is open to all of the world, okay, to bring and receive talent, okay. We've worked in Nigeria, for example, in different cities, in Abuja, in Lagos, in Owerri, in Port Harcourt, in Aba. We've been to these places and we've been working with different academies there. I so if I need to get something done there, I have people who can help me assist or scout. But we are always open to put together my network in Nigeria with other new people in Nigeria who wants to do business with us. We always happy to connect them so we can all work together and do business together, right? So when we have 10 eyes, it's easier to scout than if we have 4 eyes,
definitely,
right?
definitely,
And I'm a person that likes to work with people. So the more good people we are, I think the better things we can achieve.
definitely, definitely. And now I want to divert to like the World Cup now. It's the end of an era for Messi, Cristiano Ronaldo, and Neymar Jr. Which what do you think? Are we going to see those kind of players come up again? That's going to dominate the football for many many years because this guy dominated the game for about 15, 20 years. Are we going to see like we know Mbappe is there? He's going to do great, but are we going to see those kind of players competing yaying with each other to win the league, win the World Cup, and win all the trophies? Are we going to see those players again?
I doubt we can see a new Messi in the next 20 years. I doubt. I doubt we can see a goal scorer machine like Ronaldo that will reach the 1,000 official goals.
Girls.
I doubt someone will break that record. I
Mbappe can
doubt.
do that. Mbappe can do that.
Yes, can, but will he play till
That
for
long.
till
Okay.
42 like Ronaldo is doing? I
It's
don't know.
not
I
true.
think Ronaldo is not suitable for top football at the moment. That's why he's in Saudi. Okay, he's not suitable, but he's still scoring.
Yes.
Now, I don't know if Mbappe will play in Saudi one day. I don't know. Uh, but we will see players like Neymar. Of course, we will see many players like Neymar. That's for sure. But like Messi, I doubt we will find someone. Right now, Mbappe is the best player in the world, and he's a machine. He's a goal scoring
Yes.
machine. He's
Yes.
an amazing player, my favorite player. Uh, I don't know if we will see players like this. I'm lucky that I have born in the same era. Actually, I'm Messi's age. We are the same age. And living in Barcelona, I had the chance to go every weekend to see him play live because I'm a season pass holder. So I've been lucky enough. But players like this, I think we will have to wait another 20 years
You see them.
to to see this, you know. But meanwhile, you have amazing players in the world like Mbappe, like Bellingham, uh, like Rodri, or many players throughout the world. Haaland, there's so many
They
top
do
top
too many
players,
top
you know.
players.
Vitinha, Pedri is magnificent. You know, we have. I mean, football is global. You never know where will they come from the next
Yes.
Ballon d'Or. You know.
I think Mbappe is gonna win it this season. He's gonna win it because he's done
I
too much.
wish. I hope. I hope. I hope
He's,
he deserves it. He
he
deserves it.
deserves it, yes. But another thing I'm asking now, if you look at the World Cup, I think this is the only World Cup that the big players they didn't let anybody's down. The big players they perform well because some competition you see the big players they don't play well, but this competition, all the big names they live up to
Correct.
expectation.
Correct, correct, correct. Yeah, 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 yeah. I think most of the play Ronaldo so-so. I wouldn't say he
Yeah,
performed
yeah,
well.
yeah.
So-so. I mean, he scored few goals, but nothing
Yes.
much. The rest of them, I would say, they were up to the mark. For me, the three best players was Rodri, Spanish midfielder, Mbappe, and Jude Bellingham.
Yeah, Bellingham as well.
These,
Yes.
these are the best three in the World Cup for me. This is my personal opinion.
Yes. And thanks for giving us this honor to chat with you. I'm just doing this program to educate players, and I hope when next I call on you, you are going to honor us as well. I know this was impromptu. We didn't plan it well, but hopefully next time. And I also want to say something. I'll put your information out when I put this interview out. And if anyone want to work with you in Nigeria or anywhere in Africa, I've known you, you've delivered, and hopefully you can come on to this show anytime to tell us what you get up to and also educate players. And I want to promise you something. I'll be doing something in the UK, in the London, maybe this year, hopefully. I want to do something like a scouting program, and I would like to invite you over because there's a lot of players in the UK here that they played in academy. Maybe some played for Chelsea, some played for Man U, a lot played in Charlton. But when it gets to the point of signing them professionally, they let them go. A lot of
True,
players are
true,
here 18, 19, 20. And it's very, how will I put it, difficult for them to adjust to normal life.
true, true. It's
And
very competitive. It's very competitive,
yes,
Nick. Football is very difficult.
but will you advise a young player that is playing in England, maybe played for like, let's say Chelsea, and they drop him off, they didn't sign him professional, to go somewhere like maybe not Europe, if you have opportunity to go to any country, will you advise him to go just to play for a season and come back, or will you allow him to stay here and play non-league?
Uh, no, I mean, well, it's a good question, Nick. Very good question what you just asked. I have a lot of players from UK that text me that they've come from professional academies and they are now lost without clubs or maybe playing, as you say, tier five like National League. Not
Yes,
Um, so I recommend these players to go abroad. Okay, not to Spain because in Spain the salaries are not as good as UK. In
yes,
UK you get paid quite well per week and so, but go somewhere where they can open you the doors where you have a professional pathway, because being developed in UK will help you succeed in another country because the football in
definitely.
UK is as good as Spain. So you could go and try your opportunity elsewhere because in UK it's so competitive. UK, France, Spain, Portugal are very competitive where there are players under the rocks everywhere. So there are smaller countries where you can try your luck in a second tier, third tier, and you never know. In the next 5 years, you could be in the first tier playing Champions League.
Definitely,
you
definitely.
know so yeah, you need to move from UK if things are not going well there because it's so saturated, Nick, so saturated, and there are a lot of talents wasted there. So again, you need to move and quick because if you wait you'll get 23, 24 and finish. It's better you go to university, study something, and do another thing.
Yes, and also I want to. You have to let you say this. Last time I worked with you, you also have a system like if you have a player that's coming to Africa, that they can do both education and football. So in case if you don't do so, can you say a bit about that to educate our fans here?
Sure. Well, Nick, to come to Spain for a long term, you need a visa. You need a student visa. So the best way is to study something here. You study here, you can study school, you can go to university, you can study Spanish, you can do a coaching course. You have to do something, okay? Study something. And with that student visa, you are able to play football in Spain at a professional level. right?
Okay.
And you are not only playing, but you are studying. So in case football is not going professionally for you, you have a backup, you have a study where you can use it for your future, right? And you have a good education. So we have a lot of players that take the route of study and play because a lot of parents prefer this in case football
They
it
work out.
doesn't you don't make it pro, right? So I mean, if you know of players that are willing to come to study here, we can help them, we can assist them, and give them the best of both of education and of football at the same time.
Okay, okay. Thank you, Ravi, for honoring us today. I really appreciate that. And I hope when next I call on you, you're going to answer me as well. All right. Thank you.
Nick,
Yeah.
thank you,
Well,
thank you. My
well,
pleasure, my pleasure.
okay. Well, last one we like to tell our young players watching, because I posted to some guys that in the academy, I just wanted to give them advice. What should they keep doing? What should they do if they get disappointed? Or how should they keep up with
The academy is from where? From where, Nick?
from Nigeria? I'm just trying to. There's a lot of players, young players, trying to make it, both here that have been released from an academy. What advice do you have for them?
Well, my advice is never give up. Okay, if you want to be a football player, never give up. Go to a lot of these scouting events happening all over Nigeria. Go pay whatever fees you have to pay. If you have to work for 2 weeks selling something in the roads, just do it. But get noticed, get videos, get recorded of your highlights of matches so you can send it to different agents, scouts, clubs, because every year there are new clubs looking for players, right? So try to be ready, be prepared, okay? And then when the opportunity arises, right? You know that you are able to travel, you have a sponsor behind to support you, but
Yes.
start preparing yourself for this pathway of playing professional in Europe. Don't just wait in Nigeria praying to God for someone to pick you up. Doesn't
Yes.
work like this. You need to work, you need to get prepared, get ready, do your homework, okay? And then with people like you, Nick, or people like me, and many people you can get
Definitely.
opportunities for these kids.
Okay. Thank you, Ravi. And thanks for honoring us. Hopefully, when you call you next time, you join us as well. Thank you for having us here.
Thank
Yeah.
you. My pleasure. Thank you for having me, Nick.
Yes.
Thank you so